How do you feel about D&D? Not a fan. I'm not a big D&D guy. I've been doing some tabletop RPGs that are kind of like similar to D&D with some friends, actually. I'm doing like a Marvel one that one of my friends put together recently. I based my character off of Kevin Levin from Ben 10. So I'm doing that. But it's not really my, my thing. I've tried like straight D&D before. Like just actual D&D with some friends. Didn't enjoy it. But then I made some new friends who are really into tabletop RPGs, and they kept inviting me to them, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll play some. Which version of Kevin Levin? The Alien Force Ultimate Alien, obviously, because that's the best Ben 10 period. I made my character, he's got like, he's like a space, like, thief outlaw guy, kind of like how Kevin was an outlaw, or like a thief and all, at the start of Alien Force. And then, I gave him, like, he's got, like, super strength powers, and then, illusion powers. Because I was trying to do a mix of, like, Kevin and Gwen ability-wise. Which version? We're using some, I think it's called, like, Mavas and Multiverses. It's like, instead of Marvel, the R is replaced with an H, like Marvels. And Multiverses, I think, is like the name of the rule book that we're using or something. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really pay attention to the rule book or the rules or anything. I, like, get in a call with my friends who do this a lot more than me. And then they tell me what I need to do to make a character, and I do it, and then they give me a character sheet, and then I show up at the RPG game, like, call time, and just kind of, like, play it by ear from there. You basically made Kevin and Gwen's child? Yes, more or less. Off topic, but big fan of Chaos's voice. I like it. At least someone does. Boyo! Alright, where the heck is this a Digimon, though? Excuse me, Mr. Lobster, where are you? Some know-it-all in chat is gonna be like, actually, he's not a lobster, he's like a shrimp or something? I don't know, listen, it's a lobster, man. Are you telling me people don't like your voice? It depends on the person. Who put this ice here? A Gawabamon? Prawn, that's it. It's a prawn. Listen, it's a lobster, bro. Statistically, Chaos, someone has to. Hand of fate. Ooh, the Sword of the Shogun. I don't think I have anyone to blow up this ice. Ice melt ability. I hope the Digimon isn't behind the ice. They didn't tell me I'd need that ability. But thank you for the kind words. I want my ultimates and I want them now. Well, honestly, more than the ultimates, I want the sovereigns and I want them now, but we'll... Dun, 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 dun. Would you look at that? Another dead end. Oh, Loop Swamp. The more you change, the more you stay the same. Are there any new Persona games coming out, like Persona 6 or something? No! Feels like Atlas isn't doing much of anything with Persona right now. Where is my Persona 5 Arena, and where is my Persona 6? To be fair to Atlas, they did make Metaphor Fantasio, which was a pretty darn good game very recently. Time Stranger to reintroduce Loop Swamp. Breaking news! Digimon Story Time Stranger to reintroduce Loop Swamp. Excitement for game drops by 30%. What is Persona 5 X? It's a mobile game that was released exclusively in China that made money because it's a mobile game in China, and they just recently put it on PCs like worldwide and all, but apparently the worldwide version is really bad, and so it's getting awful reviews. Yeah, they announced Persona 4 Revival, but like, did they even give a date for it? Persona 4 Revival isn't gonna happen for like another year or two, right? I don't remember. This is the end area. Put Digimon Championship in Time Stranger. The side minigame in Time Stranger is literally just Digimon Championship. I could see it. Oh, I hate this map. Get in line, brother. Who doesn't hate this map? Put World 4 into Time Stranger. Genius. They even gonna put Persona 4 Golden stuff or make that DLC like in the answer? It'd be a lot harder to include the Golden stuff with, Marie as DLC compared to Reload, because Reload's thing. Where is this a Beedramon? Hello? It'd be a lot harder to put the Golden stuff as DLC because Marie's storyline goes throughout the entire game, as opposed to Reload's Aegis story, which only happens after the end of the main story. I would expect them to have Marie in from the get-go, but who knows? Where is this a Beedramon at? Is it behind the ice melt? Do I need ice melt for this? This put me back here. Can I not do this quest without ice melt also? Yes, can you give me your top 5 platforming games off the top of your head? Astrobot #1. Sly Cooper count as just a platform? Yeah, it's a platforming game. It's got more than platforming to it, but it's mostly a platforming game, right? Astrobot, then Sly 3, then Sly 2. Then Sly 4, then Sly 1. The first Spyro in the Reignited trilogy was pretty good. I enjoyed that game. I played Persona 5 Tactica and it was really disappointing. Yeah, Tactica sucked. Bad spinoff. I can't, like, think of other platforming games. Oh, you know, it's SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. It's, like, majority, platforming, isn't it? Does someone in chat know if I have to do the Ice Melt thing to find this a Beedramon, or did I just miss a turn? If I need Ice Melt, then we should leave. And probably give up on this quest until later. Oh, Rift Apart? Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was, like, really, really good. This is where we were earlier. I'm going in circles. Leftover plate. Get me out of here. Oh, duh, Mario Odyssey. How did I forget about Mario Odyssey? It just completely slipped my mind. Mario Odyssey. I like Mario Odyssey more than Astrobot. I actually don't know. I'm gonna say Astrobot, then Mario Odyssey, then Sly 3, then Sly 2. And then, like, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Kaz, I need good romance anime to watch. Got any suggestions? Boy, howdy do I. Kaguya-sama Love is War. Best romance anime ever invented. Would recommend. 10 out of 10. Spy Family isn't really romance. It's more like family comedy, but there's like a smidge of romance in there. Spy Family, would recommend. Other than that, I haven't really watched many romance anime. I should watch more, to be honest. Kamemon! Bum, 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 ba, bum. Spy Family has romance? Yeah, the mom and the dad character, bro. Why did you all caps family? In your family, do your parents not have romance between each other, bro? You're the one being weird here. I'm not seeing anywhere that you have to have Ice Melt to find a Digimon. All right, chat, we're going back into the Loop Swamp Mines. My mother's dead, so no. Both of my parents are dead, and they still had romance between each other. You don't get to, nah, dog. You don't get to, like, one of my parents is dead yourself out of this. Both of my parents are dead as can be for 5 and 7 years, respectively. Absolutely had romance between each other. Go back and talk to the Kamemon. Oh, do I have to talk to the Kamemon? That's so annoying. Chat said that I didn't have to talk to the Armadillomon last time when we went to Login Mountain. So I thought that I didn't have to talk to the Kamemon for the Abidramon thing. I watched one episode of Dawn to Dawn and was like, nah, I'm out. That's respectable. I really like Dawn to Dawn, but it definitely, like, if it doesn't click with you, it's super off-putting. Dawn to Dawn isn't really something I would recommend to someone unless I knew their tastes pretty well, to be honest. To be clear, I think Dawn to Dawn is great. I'm waiting for Season 2 to finish before I binge all of Season 2 of Dawn to Dawn, because I think Season 2 is airing right now, right? But, unless you know the person's tastes and that they'd be into, like, the weird stuff Dawn to Dawn does, very hard to recommend. Different genre, but I've been working my way through Goblin Slayer. I need to go watch the second season of Goblin Slayer. I never watched the second season. I watched the first season. I enjoyed it. I quite like Goblin Slayer. I gotta watch season 2. For anyone in chat, I've been talking about it recently because I've been re-watching through it with Shroom and Lone Wolf on our Thursday anime hangouts. You should, if you haven't already, you should watch Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is incredibly good, and its final season is airing right now. And its final season is its 4th season, so like you'll have a good bit to watch. Now is a great time to watch Dr. Stone, because if you start watching Dr. Stone in the next, like, week or two, you should get to the final season about the time the final season finishes airing. So, oh, here it is. You can basically binge all of Dr. Stone from start to finish, because I think that the anime finishes airing in, like, 6 or 7 weeks from now, something like that. Ah, Agua. About to start the Sly Cooper series today, the trilogy at least. Would highly recommend. I hope you enjoy it. Not sure about Thieves in Time because I don't like PlayStation stream games. I feel you. I would recommend it just because, you know, it's the 4th and final game in the series. Because they refuse to make more. I'm not bitter. Diving underwater, do that, you gotta have dive skill just like that. There you go. Lunamon asked you, you could have said that earlier. Need to find Digimon with dive. Betamon, for example, place them in your party. Just go any place with a fountain spring, dive in, give it a try. Okay, well, I talked to the Kamamon. So hopefully now the Abidramon will show up. I also love Dr. Stone. I can't wait to watch through Season 4. I was watching Hunter x Hunter, but it's so slow. I have not watched Hunter x Hunter. I've, of course, heard great things about it, and I love Yu Yu Hakusho, which has the same author as Hunter x Hunter. However, I have a personal belief that I refuse to watch something that, like, that I don't think will be finished. So until Togashi actually finishes Hunter x Hunter, I don't want to watch or read it. It's also why I haven't gotten into One Piece yet. I've said this many times, and it holds true. I refuse to watch or read One Piece, which, by the way, I will read it. I do not have time to watch One Piece in my life. But I will read all of One Piece when One Piece is over. When Oda releases the final chapter of One Piece, which I'm not sure he's ever gonna do at this point, then I will read One Piece from chapter 1 all the way to the end. But I'm not doing it until he finishes One Piece. Isn't One Piece in the final arc? Yeah, Oda said that like 3 years ago. So, you know, we'll see. Do you like Fire Force? No, I actually actively dislike Fire Force. I watched like half of its first season and kind of hated it. I thought it was way too, like, goofy and stupid. And I just didn't really care about any of the characters. I'm betting he finishes One Piece before Martin finishes the next Game of Thrones book. George R.R. Martin is never writing another Game of Thrones book. I've joined... I don't even watch or read Game of Thrones, and I don't care about Game of Thrones. But, you know, it's such a huge cultural thing that I know the gist about a lot of stuff. I'm part of the group that thinks that George R.R. Martin is never going to write the final Game of Thrones book. The real One Piece were the friends we made along the way. So true. Wait a minute, was I here before? This looks new. Oh no, I have been here because it's the gate. Never mind. Where is this Abidramon, bro? Where is he? What about Buso Renkin? Never heard of it. What's the name of this area again? Shut up! This is the Mines Swamp, where we keep going back to the mines. Lord Buso Renkin? Someone pitch Buso Renkin to me. What is it? What is it? What's the concept? It's okay to admit if you're lost? I'm not lost, I just don't know where Abidramon is. Is it still considered being lost if you don't know where your destination, like where you were going in the first place? Lost is when you're trying to get somewhere and you get lost on the way to it, right? But like, I'm kind of just wandering aimlessly. I don't care about the voice cast for Buso Renkin because I'd watch it sub anyway, so. This is why they call it Lost Evolution? Okay, bro. Oh, this is back where I was before, isn't it? Okay, so this time we go down this way. I think that's still lost. Is it still lost? I believe you. It's basically alchemy weapons versus homunculus monsters. All right, listen. We all know that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of the best anime ever made. Who do you think is the coolest character in an anime? My favorite character in fiction ever is Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto. So, I'll just say Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto. Honorable mentions, Sinbad from Magi, Madara Uchiha and Itachi Uchiha from Naruto. And, because I just mentioned Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Roy Mustang. Just like some of the coolest characters in anime of all time from the top of my head.